Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video, and this is going to be an in-depth guide for tips and tricks, mostly for free-to-play players, but also if you're towards the beginning or middle of the game. If you're end game, you probably already know most of the stuff, and I kind of consider end game like Workshop a Brilliant Light. If you guys are farming that, you can probably skip this video, but otherwise, if not, I think that this will be really helpful. I've gotten some requests for this video, but yeah, anyways, just to kind of hop in, I'll go over some of the main areas of the game, which will help you guys progress quite a bit faster if you didn't know these things. So of course you have your activity fund. I'll actually just claim that since it's maxed out. Now, if you're free to play, you're not going to get any of the special funds, but I'm on my pay to win account right now, so I do have the monthly pack for that. But yeah, just make sure to claim that every day. Moving over to, I think I'll start off actually with Jin Wu here. I would say the biggest tip in terms of his stats here is when you're early game, you want to diversify this, but as you level up and progress, what you want to do is you don't need the crit rate here. You guys should be replacing that crit rate with crit that you can get from your artifacts. So that way, when you go back, into your stats right here, you guys can mostly focus on attack and maybe a little bit of precision because you want to be around like 80 or 90% for precision. This basically increases the base damage that you do, so it kind of makes the game a little bit more consistent. So a big tip right there, just to kind of whittle off the crit rate as you progress and try to get that on your artifacts if you can. And of course, you do get those artifacts from farming the Encore missions in the instant dungeon. Encore missions, you'll use your hunters, and what you'll want to do is try to progress to Cerberus and the spider, these like the snake and the tree guy. That's like the beginner stuff, but once you're over here on Cerberus and the spider, it does get a little bit more tricky here, but you want to farm this as much as possible. If you're free to play, they actually did just upgrade this. You should be able to do at least 4 keys at one time, so make sure, don't do these one by one, don't make that mistake. Make sure you guys are using multiple keys at the same time. That way you farm a lot faster, get more rewards in a shorter amount of time. And then of course, just pay attention to the recommended element. Hopefully you guys know that already, as well as if they have a break bar. That way, when you go into battle, for example, for Cerberus here, you're going to want to switch out these guys, and you're going to want to use something that's more closely aligned with like Seo, maybe Nam. You guys can use Alicia. Another good shout, of course, is Malin. So yeah, just know that that's how you kind of want to form your team for these different types of battles. And then let's see, Army of Shadows, I can talk about this as well. I have a whole separate video on this because it's a little bit tricky for Army of Shadows, but what you want to do here is unlock all of your shadows first before you individually upgrade them. So instead of upgrading like, you know, the rank elite right here, if I don't have like iron, if I don't have tank, you want to unlock these guys first before you individually upgrade these. And then I would more so probably focus on blades, because there's a lot of hunters that scale off attack, especially Jin Wu, Alicia, those types of hunters scale off attack. So I like that, but it is up to you guys at the end of the day. So I think that's really helpful to know. Some other tips and tricks in terms of just how you want to go about your gear and stuff like that. One thing that I didn't know until like after the early access is you can actually filter your gear. I didn't know you could do this. So if you want to look for certain attributes here, you guys can go ahead and do that. Actually, wait, that's for hunters. What I want to do is go to artifacts. Let's see, change artifact, and then you can filter by right here. So you guys can look for like a specific stat, a specific set. So if I want to search for like, hey, I need the toughness set, and then I want, I don't know, like attack or something, and then I want, let's see, I want like crit rate or something like that. I can go ahead and apply, and then I can see all the pieces that have attack and crit. So yeah, super helpful if you guys just want to, you know, manage your gear a little better instead of like scrolling through everything, right? I think that can be pretty helpful. Oh, let's see, there's a lot in this game, right? So it's not necessarily the easiest type of game, honestly, especially when you get higher up into the ranks with like, you know, Workshop of Brilliant Light. That's got a lot of players stumped, even has me stumped. I can't get past, like I can do the first stage pretty easily, but past that, I can't progress as of right now. But make sure you guys are doing all of your mining. So you can also just dispatch all. And then once you guys finish your mining, what you want to go ahead and do with the materials that you earn is you can go to the shop, and you don't need to spend any money for this, so don't worry. This is also for free to play. You go down here to the bottom, exchange shop, and then what you guys can go ahead and do is exchange for certain things right here. If I'm really focused on farming and my artifacts kind of suck, you guys should be going ahead to pick up some extra keys and farm extra dungeons. That'll be super helpful so you can get more gear. So I like to use my mana crystals for that. There's some other stuff like you can get like the enhancement gear stuff if you're running short on that, or like the skill scrolls, but I have a bunch of these already. So it's just up to you guys and what you really need. There's some other areas of the game. I think this is like when you salvage or break down weapons and artifacts, you get these bars here. You guys can get stuff there, or also Battlefield of Time, I believe this is. You just get these red. I just haven't used this in a while. I think the most helpful things to pick up, maybe the mana power extract. You get these to upgrade your ultimate for Jin Wu, or maybe like the skill scroll 3s. These are kind of harder to get, but all the rest of these are usually pretty easy. But like I mentioned, up to you guys how you want to spend your resources. I should mention for gates as well, I think everybody probably knows this. You guys can go ahead and sweep these gates here, so you don't need to spend a ton of time doing your gates like manually. The important thing to note here is you always want to try to sweep the yellow and the red gates. The yellow gates give you a bunch of gold, so if I were to sweep this, I have like the bundle again so I can afford it, but 27k gold from this yellow gate, whereas if I just do like this regular B rank, let's see how much it gives me, only 2k. So I'm getting like 10 times more gold from the yellow gates, so that can help out your guys' gold issues quite a bit. I have a bunch again, just because I've kind of saved up and spent some money, but for free-to-play players, I know a lot of players struggle on gold when you farm, or sorry, when you try to level up your artifacts and weapons. But yeah, I think that covers most of what I wanted to talk about. There's a couple other kind of like subtle things in the game that you guys can pay attention to. Definitely work on your challenges. Don't forget to do these. You get a lot of rewards. I'm actually a little bit behind on these. I'm kind of slacking myself just because I've been busy, but try to do these challenges. Some of them are already like completed if you've already like progressed quite a bit, so it should be pretty easy. You get a bunch of tickets doing that, and a lot of good rewards. Then some other stuff that you want to do as well. You have your dailies, don't need to talk about that. Achievements, you kind of just do. Codex, you kind of just do. Bonds, that's just like some rewards you get, that's freebies. Crafting and fusion, I guess I can talk about this really quickly. You can craft these legendary ones, but it takes quite a bit of resource to do that, and you need to own the material, so it's kind of difficult. But I think what you could craft, especially if there's an event going on, like you can get this from the tournament. So just go over to like the star right here. Make sure you guys are doing these tournaments. You get a lot of good rewards. You just do your missions every day, and boom. I think you guys probably know about this, so I don't have to tell you much about that. But yeah, just how you craft your hunter weapons takes a good amount of time though to farm. But that's a good way to power up your hunters quite a bit. And then for fusions, there's only a couple things that I really fuse, honestly. Of course, you want to fuse these for your skills that'll level up your runes, and also your blessing stones. These legendary ones, I think I've only crafted like one of these so far. It takes so long to get these, and at least what they did recently, I'm pretty sure that they upgraded the success rate percentage, so I think that helps a little bit. I think it was lower before the most recent update, so that is helpful. So you should be trying to fuse as much as possible. And then, by the way, make sure you guys are doing your power of destruction. That's how you get the blessing stones, or the material for the blessing stones. Battlefield of Trials, probably don't need to talk about that. That's just like some rewards you get as you progress. The gems are tricky because yeah, it gets harder and harder as you kind of move up here. And yeah, if you're free to play, you're probably doing more like, you know, wave 3, wave 4, maybe even like wave 2 if you're stuck on. So just try to do the best you can with the Battlefield's Chaos. You'll just need some time to level up more to be able to do some of the higher stages. But yeah, you definitely want to go ahead and build out your gems as much as possible. By the way, just in like as a rule of thumb for gems, if you're doing percent gems, this helps Sung Jin Woo. If you're doing flat stats, let me see if I can find one here. Let's see. Like additional defense, like flat stats, like not the percentage. This is more so helping your hunters. So just so you know, for gems. And I think I'm kind of wrapping up this video here. I don't want to make it too long. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. Battle tier, this will upgrade your max total power here, which is, it is important because if you're in the red, like if I were to go to, I don't know, maybe Workshop of Brilliant Light. Let's see if I'm in the red here. I'm actually starting a new one, but like for the Demon Castle, like 25F, like this one right here, when I enter this, I'm like way under the, you know, recommended power. So I believe that you don't get crit and you don't get precision if you're in the red. So actually doing your armory, or like the battle tier, upgrading that, and also where's the armory? This will also upgrade your power right here. So you want to try to do this as well as much as possible, but it is kind of a slow grind to get these marks of time. But that will help you out in the long run. So make sure you're trying to do that. I think that pretty much wraps up this video, guys. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns. So last thing, actually, I forgot to mention this at the beginning. I am going to be trying to live stream a little bit more on YouTube. I do some live streaming on Twitch, but I feel like my audience is more on YouTube, if that makes sense. So look out for any live streams from me. If you guys want to tune in, I'll be doing a lot of free-to-play stuff. I'm trying to progress in the story on free-to-play to get to like you know, chapter 15 and some of the harder stuff in my free-to-play account, which I know most of you guys are probably free-to-play as well. So look out for that. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to support the channel. Really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.